All right, hey everybody, welcome to the Market Recap Show. Thank you again for joining, man. Everyone will come over. We'll take our time. Today, a little bit less exciting than yesterday, but we still got some big reports coming through. In my ear, no, it's not a producer. We got Benzinga. We'll hear if there's anything coming through very, very soon on that one. We're going to have AMD talk. We're going to have NVDA talk. And most importantly, we have everybody here right now. It's an early one. It's going to be a little bit of a roll call. Who's here with me today, man? CompuCare's here. What's up, Scott H? My man is in the building as well. There we go. AMD, you're right. We'll get that. What's up, THYZ? Everybody's in the building. Again, what's up, Nate Belt? And all there as well. We've got some nice Hydration Nation. We'll have one right now. Again, everybody, thank you so much. New earnings report just out into it. Just let's get right into it. I mean, you know. There it is right here, into it right now. A little bit of a downside move down to $6.50 right now. $32 beats $29.80. Estimate sales beat everywhere. Into it. Sees adjusted EPS. Those are all beats. There it is. There's the guidance. 15.9 to 16.1, looking versus 16 to 16.47. So into it down right there. We got Booking Holdings as well just coming out. We're still waiting for Carvana. Damn, Daniel, it's hot up here. All right, Booking Holdings down from $3,900 down to $3,800 right now. We will see if Carvana is out. Carvana, we wait for you. Nice upside move for CVNA. What are we looking for? We're looking for a 60 break on Vana. Again, if anything happens to hit, I'll try to get it to you ASAP. I'm using the Benzinga platform as well as looking at Twitter and trying to figure out all of this. So we'll get all those reports as they come through. We're looking for Carvana. We're also looking for Square. Square could be important, man. We had a nice run up today with Bitcoin at the end of the day, with CBOE filing something to do with Ethereum and a possible ETF there. So we'll wait for that to come through and see if there's anything moving on that. You can see right here with IBIT, nice move. MELI is out. We'll find out where they're going to see what numbers here. Mercado Libre apparently out and maybe halted, not moving right now on that. Net revenues up right now. We'll find out if they want to print around or not. But I feel like Square has a good chance today. We'll see what happens with Square coming out right after the market. And damn, we talked about it today on the Sticky Note. Hopefully we'll get some Sticky Note reviews. We wanted to look at the SMH all day. Let's just see what the SMH did. Again, this is the VanEck Semiconductor ETF. We were looking at this name, good little bottom there. As we take out that top, 206, 205, nice little break into that. 210, looking like a new all-time high today for SMH. And of course, led by the biggest and the baddest. Just 24 hours ago, we had the NVIDIA earnings. We had record viewership again yesterday. How we have more now than we did at the closing show, I don't know. But thank you so much for that. Over 4,100 right now. There's NVIDIA, nice move today, obviously hitting those numbers. The whisper number of 24, 25 billion, they hit that. Everything's looking like upside move here for NVIDIA and really putting the whole market on their back. But you know who else they carried? They carried NVIDIA's back, was carried over to AMD today. Huge move up for AMD, looking like they want to take out those highs as well. Into 183, 183.50, 184 for advanced micro devices. Let's just check out Melly again here as Mercado Libre making a move to the downside right now. So a little bit of a move. Look at this, pulling back into the 50-period moving average. The news I was waiting for with these guys was going to be a split. Because, like, honestly, if we could split off on a stock like this, 90 billion, that's not a bad market cap. I feel like it become way more traded, and you as an investor should want that. It just puts more people talking about it. We never talk about Melly. So if it comes down a little bit, it'd be more traded, right? I never traded Amazon when it was $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Did it get as high as 4,000? But now that it's down into Square's out right now. So just hearing that right now, Block should be out. We'll see if we're getting a move on this one. Let's go back over to a 1 minute. I'm just hearing that they're reporting. Maybe they're not out yet. We will wait for them to come out. Not seeing it out yet, but right now we're waiting for Carvana, which I'm not hearing is out yet, and Square. As soon as those comes out, we'll get over that. Look, we actually wound up losing today. Our biggest loser was Alibaba today, and that was kind of just because of where the market was on that name. But FXI, nice end to the day, a nice move going to the upside there for FXI here today. So nice move. I might just take this hat off, man. It's getting to be a little warm up in here. Wow, I'm getting it hot as we sit here today. Let's have some more water. By the way, there's no signal on this TV. I don't know if that's going to matter for me to talk to Miss Danielle Shea. Okay, you know what? The next time we get Michael Noss on here, you know, this tan continues to be a downside move. We had talked about this on possible rates. We looked at end phase and we looked at solar edge. Right, there could be some issues coming through there with TAN. So again, another name, if you're looking to pick something up that's actually not breaking out, I don't know if you believe in solar, but you can look at a name like Enphase. Shout out to Reliable Rudy and everybody else there in the chat. I know that some of you have been looking at Enphase and picking it up down here. They're at the 200 period. What a great move back for Enphase. So what is wrong then with this ETF? Obviously, Solar Edge continues to make moves lower and lower and lower, as we can see. Let's just figure this all out. I'm getting messages here. We're going to figure out if Square is out yet. No. So I don't see Square or Carvana yet. Check out, there's Square. Okay, so Square dipping into $64, $65 right now. Looks like we may be out right now. Square going to the downside, 63. Let's just check out on Carvana real quick. Yep, there goes Carvana to the downside. So look, I kind of tongue-in-cheeked it, but you know, that Reddit IPO kind of makes me feel like we might be getting to the top of the market. I know that seems pretty ridiculous, but there's Carvana, downside move right now. I don't have the numbers. And Square also downside. When we get any of that, we'll bring it to you. Also, Rocket Companies had a report today. Looks like they're making a move to the high side. So a nice little report there for Rocket Companies. Zero beating -4, and then sales higher. So it looks like it's okay. Nice move to the upside there. We'll wait to see if Rocket Company brings out the numbers for the forward guide. So it looks like that's a nice little move right there. So everyone right here, yeah, man, SQ just okay, went to the downside. We'll have a look at that again. Square, don't have the numbers out. When we do get them, we'll bring them to you pretty much ASAP. I'm like continuously refreshing. You got to be careful on some of the people that you look for obviously on Twitter, because sometimes you get some bad reports. We'll come through on that one right now, booking.com and whatnot. NVIDIA, I think, still making a move higher in the aftermarket. Wow. NVIDIA right now, man, that's a banger. 787 right now coming through for NVIDIA. Nice high side move. Is it carrying forward with AMD? Yes, it is, man. Good job there. Look, today on AMD, we absolutely nailed AMD. Was my #1 stock. It was the #1 stock on the show there today. And again, we'll have most of those. We'll pretty much always have the #1 stock on the upside and on the downside just because of the share size we trade. But I believe that's the right way to do it. 182, boom, boom, boom. We had some nice bottoms there, upside into 183. Again, I apologize for these wicks. When I switch over, this is part of the platform, the wicks get unhid real time right there for me. But let's go back over and find out what's happening with Square. So you guys yesterday saw real-time movement. There's Square back up to 66. Wasn't that okay? Yeah, made a move down there to 63. Square right now back up to 66 and dancing around a little bit. So again, today's Square went up to 69, fell back in, $66 for SQ. Let's check out what Carvana is doing real time right now. Again, I want to thank all 3,800 of you, man. Wow, Carvana's going the other way. There goes Carvana. So yeah, no, not downside for Carvana at all. Carvana goes down to 48, now up to $63. Carvana is taking out names right now. Carvana taking out, I don't know if this is 52-week highs or not. Let's go over to a larger chart right now. Carvana, big reporting, record fourth quarter. I'm hearing it in my ear for CVNA, 76,000 units. Nice upside move for Carvana. Hey, no financing, no problem. Carvana upside right now as it starts to go. And if you're wondering, hey, what's up with that? This is what's up with that. It's Carvana. It's a short float of 35% short on Carvana, ripping to the upside now. $62, $63. CVNA starting to go upside right there. There's Carvana. Nice move. Look, looking at the chart, it's just back to 52-week highs. We'll see if Carvana can hold this number coming through right now. Nice news. Gap earnings, I'm just hearing in my ear, of $1.37 for Carvana. I do not have it yet there. Or sorry, that's for Live Nation. Square, downside down to 64. Square battling back right now. Those are dark pool prints. What are we doing for Carvana? There comes Carvana all the way back down. Now $59, $60. Carvana is dancing, baby. Carvana goes to 66. Now back to 59. Wow, Carvana dancing around. This is not slowing down one bit. CVNA, man, making dreams and nightmares come true all at the same time. Shout out to my boy Meek Mill. Anyone from Philly, put it in the chat. I could be 40 years old and know who Meek Mill is. Right. There it is, man. Nice move up, $66, $67. Nice move to 60. We'll see what's happening right now. Again, still, I do not have... Me and Brendo got to set this up over here, man. I got to get TweetDeck going here ASAP. Quick little check on Melly. I'm actually going through it. I don't see anybody really posting right now anything for Square or Carvana, so we'll go through those numbers, and when we get them, we'll get them. Carvana, right now, not moving around. Well, it's moving around, but it's at $60. Melly, continuously going to the downside right now, 1.68. So $1,680, nice downside move. We do have Miss Danielle Shea coming through. Bang, that's always nice when she's coming through. Want to talk about Microsoft and a possible move into 430. We'll talk to Danielle about that. And then as per usual, she'll probably hang around. Stop going back and forth with all these cameras, man. Making me nervous over here. All right, so now Square, what? Square is banging right now. What? Okay, I was here panicking about my Square position. Square right now, $74. Talk about a reversal on a dime. Square goes down to $65. Now it's up to $75. This is why we wait for confirmation, man. I'm not going to sit here. I don't see anything on Benzinga. I went through Twitter. We got to wait for the numbers, right? When they're verified, they'll come on here. Am I going to run out of battery here? Maybe. Okay, thank you for that one. We may run out of battery power coming through. Square absolutely shooting now. Shooting for the moon. Let's see if we get to 80. Look, on a name like Square, I feel like this one, we have to watch out for this trade. Square's been to 80 before. It's a nice move up. When we get the numbers, we'll drop them. But Square up to 75 and still pumping. I don't know why some of these values didn't fill in here on the side. We can go over a quick little recap. The NASDAQ all-time highs today, right? So I'm not 100% sure if we broke it, but we're right here right now for all-time highs on this. Very impressive move back for Bitcoin. We talked about that, breaking through 52,000 at the end of the day. Nice move back there for Bitcoin, man. The IBB, I really love biotech. We'll see if that can break. You know what's going to be an interesting one? IWM. There's a lot of traders looking for some potential value. Well, if you go over to a weekly chart right now, block in my ear, 2.63 billion, 30% margin. Q1 adjusted EBITDA is there right now. So right now, block, yeah, it's all coming through. Is that off? That's not off Benzinga. No, that's another terminal that we have. Okay, so it's going to come out in a minute. Revenue of $5.77 billion for Square. I want to talk about IWM right now, which is beat. Everything's a beat in my ear right now. Okay, I got it right now on Benzinga. All right, so here's Square. Thanks, Brendo. You can see Square right now. There's the number that I just gave you. So again, I just want to make it perfectly clear. Benzinga, what we're doing with them, they're going to give us the report as it comes verified. So sometimes it will take a couple seconds to come through, but it's better to have the right numbers than something other than that. So right now, Square coming through, 5.7 billion, beating all over the place with Square. So right now, that is sending this name upside right now, $77. Square on the weekly has a heck of a lot more room to go back up to the upside. But right now, looking at $80, I like that Square trade. If we hit 80, then we look at 90 and we move on from there. That's Square on a weekly. Carvana on a weekly may make you throw up, but doesn't matter. For right now, it's a nice move. Carvana touched 66, back down into 60 right now. We'll see what happens with Carvana. This is that weekly. I mean, look, honestly, Carvana, there's so many names like this, and I don't want to get people caught up in the AI boom right now. There's so many names that get bumped up because of the current economic situation, and then you could see a fade back out, right? Carvana, no one can go shopping for cars. There's a big, obviously we had supply chain issues, no new cars. Everyone had to buy used cars. Come over to the chart. This is what happens. You have a huge run up, right? People start to get wind of these hot trades. The short float builds up. This is what happens, right? See AMC, same kind of thing. That's going to be a little bit different. But you have a name like Peloton, same situation where everyone's at home. No one can go to gyms. Makes sense. Well, when the music dies, you get a move right back into the downside. So that's Peloton, that's Carvana. The difference, I believe, in a name like NVIDIA, although looking very parabolic, you have reasons. They have sales. They're projecting further. Will at one point this suffer the same effect as a Sun Microsystems, as a JDS Uniphase? I believe no. NVIDIA is involved in crypto, involved in gaming. I mean, AI is not going anywhere. 40% of their business is in the top four: Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon. If we're ready, I'm ready, because we got to go over to our trader of the day. No, that's not what we call this. We call this Trader Talk. It's Danielle Shea. Let's go. Danielle, I almost gave this segment a new name there. That would have been Trader Talk of the Day. That doesn't make much sense. But we have Danielle Shea on. Not as exciting a day as yesterday when we had NVIDIA going crazy, but wow, what a wild move there for Square and Carvana in the aftermarket. You're not much of a trader here post-market.
Hey, I mean, I'm always looking for opportunities post-market, especially if we have a big gap up like Carvana.
Yeah, crazy about that short float over there on Carvana. I know we've talked about it over and over again. Can we go back over to the screen? There we go. With short interest in the market. I tweeted something out here today that the numbers are getting bigger, but still, I don't feel like there's a lot of shorts in this market. Has there been anything offside that you've noticed with that short interest?
So what number did you have on the short interest there? Because I thought you said it was 30, maybe?
Oh, on Carvana? What I was, yeah, so CVNA there on that was, what I was talking about was the options, the short interest there on the Qs. I was wondering if that was getting offset there with the put call. But Carvana has 36% short float on CVNA. And as you can see, taking out 62 and right now breaking through 52-week highs. Doesn't this remind us a little bit about that Affirm trade that you and I talked about when we blew through 20 and right now taking down 60 on Carvana? You have anything about Carvana?
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely does. And I mean, the numbers I see right here is it has about 33% short interest.
Yep.
And when you have short float that high, and I mean, here's the thing, you have to look at what the market maker expected move was. The expected move was about $10 in the options market. So, you know, currently you're up what, like yeah, we're up $10 right now, but let's say it opens up 15. If it opens up $15 tomorrow, we get 1.5 times the expected move. And here's the big kicker with Carvana. You see where those key areas of resistance were? You had resistance at 63. And so, you know, if we can get up above 63 tomorrow, I mean, that's the first thing we got to jump on tomorrow morning, because all those short sellers are going to be scrambling. So I love this one that you found. I think it could make for a great trade tomorrow if the gap up holds, and, you know, if it trades up above 63.
My trade of the day today, all over the sticky note, of course, was Rivian. We had Rivian, Danielle. We nailed that one. Here's my chart for Rivian. We had this breaking through 1250 in the pre-market, and it's seen better days, man, down to 52-week lows. Of course, the opposite trade on Rivian. Would you do the same for the short? So again, if something blew out. So Rivian had expected move, I think it was 13 or 14%. It moves 25% today. And when we came in this morning, it was already down like that 18 or 19. So again, it had outperformed its expectation, but to the downside. Is it the same kind of flavor as what you're just talking about with Carvana?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can definitely make a trade like that. If it's, you know, 1.5, 2 times the expected move to the downside. And the reason why it matters is because you have to look at what was expected. And so if the move is just a normal move, it's like, no, you don't want to short it when it falls, right? But when you get a move like this, I mean, the first thing I'm doing is right at market open. I'm looking at that first 5-minute range. And so what you want to do is you want to look for high volume and you want to look for a breakout of that first 5-minute range. And if you get a high volume breakout after that first 5-minute bar, I mean, boom, you can get in and you can short that thing. Obviously, if it starts shifting higher again, then you have to decide how much risk you want on the table. But especially for something like Rivian and Lucid, I mean, these things are toast. I was looking at them and watching for the potential of a short squeeze, but obviously, when the earnings are bad,
Danielle, tell me if I'm crazy or not.
continue downward.
I bought some Rivian at 11.25 today. Let's see if we can do something. There's a new R2 coming out, a new form factor for a little bit. It's what we've been waiting for Tesla. Let's go for a little bit of a lesser valued unit and see if we can get going. Come over to my screen right here. I'll show you how I traded this. There's that break of 12.50. We wrote it down on the sticky note right here. And when we came in, this was at 8.45. We hit this. And then, of course, because I'm a robot, I take all of these outs. And then there's the last 10% out right at the end of the day for $1 and change there on Rivian. That's how we traded that over here. Okay, one more thing, or a couple more things. You messaged to me about Microsoft. What are you seeing with Softy right here? That's been such a huge name for us for a while. I love that 400 hold. Probably that's what you're going to say. Let's go see what Microsoft looks like, and maybe you can sort of convince us that we are going to get to that 430 level.
Well, so, when you look at Microsoft, I mean, it starts with NVIDIA, right? Because, you had just this massive move in NVIDIA. NVIDIA had that gap up. It was about 1.5 times the expected move. It continued going. I got long NVIDIA again. I'm targeting $800 tomorrow. And when you look at NVIDIA and say, okay, NVIDIA had phenomenal numbers and it's still going. What else can I trade that, maybe moving along with that? And that's where I get to Microsoft. So, if you look at Microsoft definitely had a hold here of this $400 price point. Broke down like a little bit below that, but ultimately it did hold up above that $400 price point. And you can see the way that it traded last night after that NVIDIA news. I mean, you had this big gap up. It bounced, pulled back a little bit throughout the middle of the session, but started higher again and had this high volume at the end of the day. So if you go to a daily chart and just look at overall price targets, I mean, this thing pulled back into the 34 EMA. This is a great swing trading zone to get long. We had this perfect bounce, and I have Fibonacci targets up at 420, 425, and up at 430. So I'm just going to continue riding this thing to the upside because I think it's going to make a new high pretty soon here.
Isn't it funny? I was just looking at Carvana. Yeah, I really like that play. Is there an options play that you had sort of tailored for there? I see you're wearing your simpler trading vest right there. Maybe there's something that you've been giving some of your members about Microsoft that you'd like to share here with some of our viewers that are asking for any plays there on Microsoft.
Yeah, sure. So there's a couple different things you can do with it. I mean, I will like to look at the chart and I'll say, okay, what is the more conservative target? And then what's the more aggressive target? The more conservative target is going to be right at 420 because that's where the previous high was. So using options, I mean, one thing you can do is you can use a debit spread. You can also use a butterfly. And you can place your target up at that previous high at that 420 price point. As far as timing is concerned, you can look at an options contract that is going to expire next week or the week after. Or you could be a little bit more aggressive and just do it into, like a day trade into tomorrow. But tomorrow I would say, probably 415 as a target, not 420. But if you want to go out a couple more weeks, maybe give it 2-3 weeks, that's where you're looking at the 430 price target. So generally, I like those call debit spreads. I like those butterflies. You can use long calls as well, but I prefer the spread.
Anything catching your eye here on a possible trade for tomorrow? I'll let you give a second to look at this. What's Square right now? Square continues to make basically a move to the high side there. If you come over to my screen and give Danielle a second, so there's Square bouncing up to $75 again, and then looking at 80 I mean, this is a little different, obviously, than a Carvana, because when we look at a Square, we see a short float of only 3%, so that's not going to be a big thing. We've seen a name like PayPal continuously get hit. I mean, their big AI announcement was a huge dud. We had to move up to 67 as everyone thought they were going to revolutionize fintech. Then they realized it's PayPal, and then it came all the way back down to $57, $58. So we'll see if there's anything there. And then, honestly, man, what you and I were just talking about, Danielle, we just nailed that Carvana top. I mean, we talked about 63 bucks. The high is pretty much, sure, we wicked crazy there to 67, 68, but those highs still holding around 63 on CVNA. But yeah, Square looks interesting. I think we can get some love for that tomorrow on the show. So what do you see, anything for Square?
So with Square, you had a market maker expected move of $8.37. So right now with the current up move, and this chart is just a daily chart, so it doesn't have that overnight data. But with that up move, it's taking you right into $80. And the thing is that there's just a wall of resistance there. So without the high short interest, I'm more inclined to think that this thing is going to hit there and fail tomorrow. If I switch over to my 15-minute chart and I look at the overnight price action, that's where I can see that it's traded up into 78. So we'll see how this one acts. But generally, if something doesn't have high short interest and it's pretty close to that expected range, then I look at it as an opportunity to short up at that high. So we'll see how the volume is in the morning, but I would beware of that huge wall of resistance at 80 and see if maybe you could sell some call credit spreads on it, especially if it started to roll first thing in the morning.
Yeah, with over 3,300 people watching live now on YouTube, and of course we are on X, and everybody can find Trader Danielle over there at Trader Danielle on X, and of course on YouTube. We got that little YouTube play button there. I want everyone to go check some of the content that you have, and anything you want to talk about that. What's up on your YouTube?
Yeah, I started to make videos recently. It's funny, after all this time, I never had my own channel. And then a couple months ago, I thought, well, I'm going to start making my own videos when I've been making videos for a lot of other channels for the last 10 years. And so I'm doing this trade review segment because people keep asking me, how are you making money on butterflies and spreads? And so I've been reviewing trades, so check it out.
All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to go check that out for sure, because that's my weakness, obviously, is options and many other things. But we'll go check that out with Trader Danielle. Stay in the chat for a couple minutes if you have a second. Maybe some questions there. So it's Trader Danielle. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week. Are you on tomorrow on the main show? I don't know.
No, on Monday.
Okay. Oh, Monday. Oh, yeah, Monday. Okay. All right. We will see you then. Thank you, Miss Danielle Shea. Go find her on YouTube and on X. That's Trader Talk, one of my faves. See ya.
Thanks, Shawn.
It's like I always get my days mixed up. Like I have no idea who's on when. I was like, oh, what? Enter Michael Noss. Nope, wrong day. But all right, thank you, Danielle. There. Look, some great ideas there about Carvana. I think that name into that 63. I know here as a day trade, a lot of us will be trading that Carvana tomorrow. And whoopsies. And I know for myself, I'll definitely be looking at. I just said that because I closed the Benzinga platform. I wanted to go over the numbers if I could find them right now for CVNA. Let me just quickly look, because you know what? We didn't really go over what those numbers were for Carvana. Yeah, actually, I don't even have them yet on this Benzinga platform, so I don't know why they're not here or if there are any issues right now with CVNA. I'm going to look to the chat. Did anybody see any numbers there? I don't know with that. Shawn is not looking her in the eye. I'm not? Okay, I'll try to get better on that. What's up, Jersey Shawn? I like the... I like the spelling there, S-H-A-U-N. What's up? There we go. Look at this. Subscribe to Danielle. Okay. That's a good one. All right, what's next? And we want to do the Shawn's tweets. Okay, let's go over to my tweets and have a quick little look to see what's up with that and what we're talking about today. This is pretty cool, man. I want everyone to check this out. I just did a little bit of a rant here, as per usual. Trading is more than numbers on a screen. It's a journey, blah, blah, blah. You guys can go find that. Talks a little bit about what we're doing on this and what drives my passion here at Trader TV Live. A lot of nice comments, and looks like there's more. Thank you so much. Pranaya, thank you so much as well, man, for that. So like all that, go find it. That's something there. I'll keep it pinned. Obviously, we'll talk about that in a minute. There it is. We're live on X. Thank you so much. How many people are watching? 5 right now. Thank you so much for that. That's pretty important. And then what about this one, man? We had some news on FaZe today. Look, I want to make this perfectly clear. Look at this trade that we had on FaZe. Long at 20 cents, out at 27. Let me just see where this thing wound up. We had some news today as shareholders approve. And I know I'm going to be the first one to tell you, you really shouldn't trade if you know nothing about anything, what's going on with the name. But this is what I was going to get at. When we announced that there was a deal there or something was happening with FaZe, it popped up. And as you're going to notice here with this, so this is a 1 minute chart. We let it come down in, and then we actually punched along here once we saw this base right there in about 20 cents. So we got long, I think, at 20 cents half or so. Got our first piece out there at 21 and a half for 1 cent. And we were like, wow, that was like 15%. Then it started to go up and we got 27s again. So the interesting thing here, and I'm glad that we're going over this, is you don't normally see me trade penny stocks, okay? But again, if you don't look at the right side of this and you don't look at all the price, basically news comes out, it bases out here, and then we just went long. And then when it got excited to the upside with volume, as you can see, we just got out. Right there. Volume started to spike. We made a move up into 27, 28. And I just said to myself, this thing could have ran to 40. But I was just like, you know what? We'll go from 20 to 27 cents, take 40% and run away from that. And I mean, maybe if we zoom this back, we'll be able to see like if there was any key levels here on FaZe. But honestly, now it's not zooming, but you know, we'll be able to find that out after. FaZe, again, a nice move up. Maybe we'll go to a 30-minute chart. But you know, why we sold it at 27 was just more luck. Play the momentum, play names like that. That is FaZe Clan with a nice move up there with Game Square coming back in again. One more tweet I wanted to show you, and I sort of didn't get this answer. Hey, Danielle, that's not what we're talking about right now. Was this short float? Oh, first of all, for everybody that was like into Rivian, if you invested $10,000 in Rivian, today it would be worth $1,000. So hopefully they shave about $9 grand off the price of a truck because if you invested in the stock, that's about what you would have right now. So I just want to show you, we've had peaks, peak, 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 every single time chopped, right? Almost in half. Half there, less than, boom, half again. We'll wait to see what happens with Rivian, but it's been a sad move into the bottom for Rivian. But the thing about it is, again, with a decent short float, we saw a day 2 move like Pan W made a move back a little bit today. Let me just show you this. Now, it got up to 477 at the beginning of the day right there, or 477. 277, still got NVDA on my mind, but then fades out. I still like Pan down here. Let's see. It's now second day. We like to buy more third day. So I think tomorrow we may buy a little bit more, maybe give this the weekend. We'll see if this market wants to pull back. But Pan W down here at 230 to me is a monster buy, maybe even at the 200 period moving average. Look, Sticky Note was a banger today. Well, I'll find it here in a second. Go subscribe, man. 45,157. Man, we're struggling with numbers today. Thank you so much. Look, my 2 top trades today. Rivian early. We had that long. It was a monster. We could talk about that $3, $4, but it was really the Rivian 1250 short again. Only 57K vehicles, way under for production target. If you can't read that, we talk about it here. Bad. Look into production numbers, right? Not good. We'll see if we could take down 1168. That's exactly what we did. EV is a weak story right now. Short here until we break 1270. Who's here? All right, let's go over roll call, man. Again, thank you so much for everybody joining me one more time today. Thank you to Danielle Shea for coming through. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you all day. I mean, we had a big day today compared to, I mean, we were red yesterday because we shorted it. We were fine until we shorted NVIDIA into the close, which tended to be a mistake. Thank God we got out. And then today we make that back and we showed you some of those trades. Much better day trading today for me than yesterday. That's why we stay in the game, right? I want to say thank you to everybody that's here. A big shout out to Bears vs. Bulls. Not only does Bears vs. Bulls now have to manage like all of the streams. We just added another show on there with more Trader TV Live. Make sure you go check that out, as we'll update our positions and drop news throughout the day, as well as leading movers as far as volume and percentage is concerned. And we're adding every single day to more Trader TV Live. Go find that out. Yo, what's up, Oscar? What's up, Aaron? What's up, William? The Piper's here. Hey, Rich Naples. What's up, man? Jamador's here. Zoltan's here. He's loving SMCI, says Zoltan. Hey, if the future's here, well, so is Eddie. What's up, Future Eddie? He's here. What's up, Andrew Chow? Lolo, I remember you. What's up to Lolo? Yo, Future Eddie. I already said what's up. Yo, 4XAU is here. ALXS. I got to make sure I'm looking all of you in the eye, because Jersey Sean said I'm not looking you guys in the eye. So right now, we are Trader TV Sean. You can go stare me in the eye all day. Go find me on Instagram. You can stare at that picture. Over 7,000 now. Twitter as well. We're also on LinkedIn. We dropped a couple LinkedIn tidbits the last couple days where we review the podcast and review the recap show and all of that. Look, we're having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are. But I have some sad news for you. It's podcast tomorrow. We're not doing the market recap show. It ain't sad. We have a lot of fun on the podcast, man. Me and Brendo continue to kill it. And thank you so much for all those kind reviews. Go check out episode 14 pronto right now. Go on Spotify. Go on Apple. Drop those reviews. Hit the like. Hit the follow. Download the last 5 episodes. Do all of that. Go watch it. They're about an hour long, so you're on that treadmill. You're doing marathons like Brendo. You're doing this. Listen to the podcast. Hey, listen to it while you're trading. You know, we've got a lot of excitement tomorrow. We'll probably be talking about NVIDIA a little bit on the pod. Join me and the whole team tomorrow at 8:30. I'm super excited. My family's not here yet, but I go get to see my daughter play at Old Maple Leaf Gardens, Mattamy Center. Really excited for that. She's going to hit the ice there. I just hope she does a penalty shot, because I think that'll be cool for her to stand there at center ice. All right, I'm Shawn Catena. It's been your market recap show. Thank you so much to Danielle Shea. Thank you so much to Ramin for everything today. We'll see everybody tomorrow at 8:30. More Trader TV Live at 8, though. See you then.